Hello, television family. That is a snowy look at our #2 canyon camera here in the foothills on the western side of the valley. Still snowing up there. They're pretty high up in elevation. Light snow coming down here mixed with rain. We did get some snow on the valley floor. We got some snow everywhere. It was all depending on your elevation. Some places got quite a bit of snow. Here, just outside of our studios, we got maybe an inch, maybe an inch. It's very wet snow, but it may have just been an inch and it's wet snow, so it's not really sticking to the pavement. You'd think that wouldn't cause a lot of accidents. You would be wrong. There's been a number of accidents that we've been able to hear through Rivercom on the scanner today. So apparently there are some pretty dicey areas. We had a lot more rain. It took a little while for the snow to come. It did come eventually, but we didn't get nearly as much snow, at least here in the Wenatchee Valley, as we were anticipating. And the rains kind of kept coming until this finally switched over to snow. And again, a lot of it depended on where you lived. I mean, just a couple of hundred feet in elevation made a big difference whether you got an inch or 2 inches or whether you got 4 inches. Things are going to be pretty quiet for the next couple of days, and then things get active again on Thursday night as another system rolls in. We're going to have a lot of rain Thursday night and right on into Friday, like a half an inch of rain. We got half an inch of rain yesterday before the snow came, as a matter of fact. All those weather details are coming up, but it's going to be pretty unsettled for the foreseeable future. We have a lot of news. We have some sports to get to and when we get to the sports segment. And my good friend, everybody's good friend, who's getting new, Beth Stipe, the executive director of the Community Foundation in North Central Washington, will be my interview in the back half of the program. The Turkey Trot is back. They did this last year on Thanksgiving morning, just as a whim, see if it would take flight, and it did take flight. A remarkable success last year. They're going to do it again this year. All of it to benefit the Community Foundation's Give NCW campaign. Beth Stipe will be joining me in the back half of the program to get signed up for the Turkey Trot. I was amazed about how many people participated last year. So were they. Beth will join me in the back half of the program. It's 2 minutes after the hour. I don't know what we can see. Well, we know we can see from the #2 canyon camera. The snow coming down there. Let's do it again. So yeah, there is some snow. Again, it has a lot of moisture content in the snow. It's very wet. If it's hitting any kind of pavement that's been driven on, it pretty much is dissipating right away. That's the #2 canyon camera, and it's it's misty, it's cloudy, it's foggy. We're still 12 minutes away from sunrise, so we're not going to have a lot of cameras to see. But as you can see, it's snowing, pretty good clip up there. Down here outside of our studios, it's kind of a rain-snow mix, and it's not nearly coming down as hard. Camera #2. That is a view of I don't know what. That's the Stein camera. I trust you, Josiah. Probably looking, I'm guessing, at Dryden and Peshastin, just because I know the Stein camera pretty well. I'm sure they got probably quite a bit of snow up in that area there. Again, it's all about elevation. It doesn't have to be a big variation on where you are at, depending on how much snow you got. So that is, we're looking towards Dryden and Peshastin. We're not seeing anything. That's on the summit of Stein Mountain, camera #3, or Stein Hill, I believe. I can't remember which one it is. The Arnold Rock camera chimes in. At least we can see something with that. The lights of the city off into the distance. Turtle Rock right smack dab in the middle of your screen. And it doesn't look like there's a lot of snow on the highway there, on Highway 297 to your left there. I'm seeing headlights. I'm not seeing a lot of snow there. In fact, there's almost no snow in that area. Again, that's what you call isolated snow showers. And camera #4. Yeah. I'm seeing, okay, that's up, we're going up to the south shore of Lake Chelan there on the Chelan Butte. We have 2 cameras up there. That's the lower camera. It's closer to Chelan and not quite as high in elevation. Chelan, you're down there. Trust me on that. And again, it came later. The snow came later. It didn't come nearly as heavy as they were anticipating, and we had a lot of rain yesterday. Once the rain started yesterday mid-afternoon, it rained at a pretty good clip. We got over half an inch of rain, 0.56 inches of rain before it switched over to snow once the sun went down, and even that was kind of different. It was snowing up at the Payne-Bowen Memorial Airport where the weather station is. It wasn't snowing on the valley floor, but where the Columbia passes through the Wenatchee Valley, it's about 600 feet above sea level. Payne-Bowen Memorial is more like 1,400 feet above sea level, so that's a good idea of the variation on who got snow and how much. But the big word is unsettled, really, through the rest of the week. And then Friday, here comes Bomb number 2 with more rain and more snow from the National Weather Service. Let's get right to it. What are we looking at? Well, a rain-snow mix this morning, and then just plain rain by the time we get to the afternoon. The snow level is going to go up to about 2,100 feet. That's the magic number right there. And we're going to see some snow melt because we're going to get up to 38 degrees. We're 32 right now in the Wenatchee Valley. Chance of rain tonight, yeah. Snow level continues to rise. It'll be up to 2,200 feet tonight as some warm, moist air comes in. 32 for the overnight low. Rain, about a 40% chance of rain on Thursday. Snow level at 3,000 feet. Tomorrow, lots of clouds, high near 40. And then here comes the second system. It's going to roll in Thursday night. A lot of rain in the overnight hours. Midnight, 1, 2, 3 a.m. on Thursday night into Friday. It's going to rain and rain pretty good. We could get a half an inch of rain Thursday night into Friday. Rain pretty much all day Friday. Look how mild it's going to be, 45 degrees, well above normal. So the snow, if it's not going to be gone altogether, at least in the lower elevations by the end of the day today, will be by the end of the day tomorrow, and it'll be gone altogether by Friday, really depending on, it doesn't even really depend on where you live, with a high of 45, lots of snow melt. And then things, again, just remain unsettled. A rain-snow mix possible Saturday. We're going to see some sunshine Saturday afternoon and some sunshine on Sunday. Temperatures hovering about normal. Again, expecting whatever snow we get to begin dissipating as the day progresses. All right, that's the forecast. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we got your Wednesday morning news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
It's cold outside and time to make sure your loved ones are safe and secure at home during the cold months ahead. Aging and Adult Care has low-cost, in-home care options for seniors, adults with disabilities, and for caregivers assisting relatives or friends. Services like housekeeping, personal care, and home-delivered meals can make such a difference for you or someone you know. These services and more are available by calling Aging and Adult Care's offices at 1-800-572-4459. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, located on South Wenatchee Ave, has the largest selection of spas and swim spas in town. Stay cool this summer in an artesian swim spa and use it all year long. We enjoy helping families reconnect one spa at a time. Hot tubs are proven to improve sleep and decrease arthritis pain. Our passion is water, so please bring us a water sample, and we will help you diagnose your pool or spa water for free. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, your pool and spa experts.
Have you ever played that game, What Would You Rather? Where you give two options to see what your friend would choose? Well, let's try it. What would you rather? Would you rather have a telemarketer from a foreign call center named David, or a local North Central Washington agent who has been helping folks for over 20 years on Medicare and has 5 offices to serve you, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. So, what would you rather? Now give us a call at Springwater Insurance. Our phone number, 509-888-2600.
It's that time of year again to get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days, where you'll find great offers on an efficient CR-V hybrid, spirited Accord hybrid, sporty Civic hybrid, and the all-electric Prologue. Don't wait, turn your dreams into reality with a new Honda, named KBB.com's best overall EV and hybrid brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
As you can see, the foothills are still getting some snow. Here in the valley floor, it's kind of a rain-snow mix, mostly rain. We are at 32 degrees. We'll see a little bit of rain snow this morning, switching over to all rain this afternoon. Warming temperatures, and then a significant amount of rain coming our way Thursday night into Friday. It's 8 minutes after the hour. The Wenatchee man arrested a couple of months ago after allegedly firing a handgun in a Wenatchee Valley Mall parking lot now faces federal charges over the incident. 36-year-old Victor John Stevenson was indicted November 7th in United States District Court in Spokane on charges of unlawfully possessing ammunition while a convicted felon, plus possession of methamphetamine and fentanyl with intent to distribute. Stevenson allegedly admitted to firing the handgun at a driver of another vehicle in the parking lot on November 4th as part of an ongoing feud. Nobody was injured. When arrested by the Department of Corrections, he allegedly had an ounce of meth, a bag of fentanyl tablets, and a loaded handgun in his sedan. Chelan County prosecutors have dismissed drug and firearm charges against Stevenson to make way for the federal case. He still faces local charges in Douglas County including unlawful firearm possession and reckless endangerment. Mid-Valley Hospital and Clinic in Omak has agreed to pay a $15,000 federal penalty for violations of the Controlled Substances Act. Eastern Washington U.S. Attorney Vanessa Waldruff brought suit against the small hospital after a nurse was able to manipulate its drug management system for 2 years to obtain a supply of the opioid Dilaudid for her own personal use. Waldruff's office said the hospital did not properly review its inventory to make sure painkillers were not going astray. Aside from the financial penalty, Mid-Valley also agreed to correct its policies and procedures around opioids. The nurse in the case has entered a diversion agreement that bars her from handling controlled substances for up to 5 years. The Wenatchee City Council last week approved a 2025 budget that features almost $95 million in big capital projects. The total budget is $188 million and includes big outlays for the McKittrick and Wenatchee Avenue intersection. That's a $9 million deal. The Confluence Parkway first phase, that's a $37 million deal. Of course, the Wenatchee Convention Center upgrades, which is going on now, that's going to run a little over $10 million. Those are largely one-time expenses paid for through grant and bond funding. The city's base operating budget for its regular services at $36 million. The Wenatchee School District is looking for volunteers to serve on committees for their upcoming educational programs and operations levy. The levy will go out to voters in February. The district needs people to be on the pro and con committees. The two committees are responsible for preparing the statements for and against the proposed ballot measure. If you're interested, you should provide your name, your address, your email address, your phone number, and a brief statement explaining your interest. And you do it via email. You can do it to Board President Julie Norton and to Superintendent Corey Callahar. All the contact information can be found on the district website or on our website. Applications must be submitted, by the way, by Tuesday, November 26th at 5 p.m. Well, instead of a power outage, you could call it a power coutage. I didn't write this. Grand County PUD crews have worked since November 13th to try and figure out a series of intermittent blackouts in the Winchester area between Quincy and Ephrata. Well, on Monday, PUD workers found evidence that cattle have been rubbing against a guy wire that secured a nearby power pole. The cow's scratching is believed to have rattled the pole and caused repeated electrical faults. The Grand PUD says it plans to place concrete barriers around the guy line to keep the cows away. And there was not enough chairs in the Wenatchee Public Library's Sagebrush meeting room to seat everybody who was interested in a Naturalization 101 session. About 80 people showed up for the bilingual session. It's led by Hand in Hand Immigration Services and NCW Libraries. Hand in Hand, of course, is a local nonprofit that supports legal residents in their efforts to become United States citizens. The organizations have partnered for several programs, including their ongoing citizenship classes that are offered at multiple library locations. NCW Library's Latino Services Manager, Claudia Bovey, spoke with us about the goals of the session on Monday night and what steps come now.
In this presentation, folks can learn about the basic steps, the requirements to becoming a U.S. citizen. They can get their questions answered from an accredited, trusted community source. And then at the end of the session, if anyone feels like they would like to continue the process, they'd like more information, then Hand in Hand has a table here where folks can leave their information to begin that consultation process with them. So after this session, they have the option to either come to our classes, which we really encourage, that you're gonna get somebody that's trained through Hand in Hand to help you navigate that content, help you understand that relationship between like US history and tangible events today and how it applies to your life. And then after they complete the series of classes or whenever they feel like they're ready to answer the questions, then they can get connected with an organization like Hand in Hand to begin the application process. Or if after the session they feel like they understand the process better, they can complete that application process on their own as well. So I think this is a good starting point just to give people an idea of, you know, depending on what their situation is. If it's a pretty straightforward case, they meet the requirements, maybe they can think ahead of, I would like to take classes here and then continue working with an organization like Hand in Hand to start my application process, and the ladies are here to give them that info. Or if maybe right now they're like, I feel confident that I can do this on my own, or, to get whatever questions they have answered. So I think it really varies from person to person, but I think after tonight, for a lot of these folks, it'll kind of give them that good starting point of where to go from here. There's a big need in our communities not only to get information, but to get accurate, trusted information. And this is really a great way to bring people into a safe, non-biased space, get them connected with a service like Hand in Hand Immigration, for us to get connected with the people that Hand in Hand already serves, and really kind of make it be like a symbiotic relationship. And we just want people to know that regardless of where they are on their path to citizenship, that this is a good place to start, and that we're not going to offer any kind of incorrect information or any kind of judgment. We tend to do 10 to 12 week sessions at a time. It really just depends on the instructor. We tell folks it doesn't matter when you start. It doesn't matter if you signed up or not. In fact, right now we're not even doing registration. It's really informal. Just come and join us for any of the sessions at any of the branches where we offer that. We'll make sure to get you caught up. If it's overwhelming, all of our instructors are super patient, can slow down, do like a one-on-one catch-up session with folks. So we really encourage anybody, even if the sessions have officially started, to just come in and join a session, get the feel for what the teacher's going to be like. If you can attend multiple sessions with different instructors and see who's a better fit for you, great. That's not always realistic. We really just want to get people in the door, and then we'll figure it out from there.
And that is the news on this Wednesday morning. The news on Wednesday evening comes at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock on television, 5, 6, and 10. On TV, and we know sometimes that just doesn't fit in. I don't know if it's appointment viewing or not, but when you have access to the internet, it's appointment viewing whenever you want to. Make it pretty convenient. Our news will be up and running on our homepage, NCWLIFE.com, and our Facebook page, on our YouTube page, so we try to make it as accessible as possible. And of course, if you have a news tip, get a hold of us. Love to hear from you. Send us an email, news@ncwlife.com, news@ncwlife.com. Sports is next. It's a Wednesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Central Washington Water is your hot spring spa dealer for over 45 years. Shop their showroom and see the new Freshwater Smart IQ. This is a new innovative approach to super simple water care combined with the freshwater salt system to give you clean, balanced spa water naturally. There's a hot tub for every budget. Save up to $1,000 on hot spring spas or buy plug-and-play spas starting at $79 per month. Why shop anywhere else? Central Washington Water. They service what they sell.
The family at the Eplodolin want to help your loved one feel at ease in their new home environment. Eplodolin offers beautiful one-bedroom and studio apartments. Residents enjoy 3 delicious home-style meals a day, laundry service, housekeeping service, and encouragement to make themselves cozy in their new home. Eplodolin welcomes your family to come and visit their family. Eplodolin, independent and assisted living. They make the complicated easy for you. Call today for a tour.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
Right now at Les Schwab, it's the deal you've been waiting for, the Score More sales event. Save up to $160 instantly on a wide selection of 4 tires and 4 wheels. Plus, every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Because nobody stands by their tires like we do. It's a better deal on better tires with the best service in the business. Get more from Les.
Sports at 20 minutes after the hour. After seeing their 4-game winning streak come to an end on Sunday when they lost to the Rangers, the Kraken return to the ice tonight, taking on the Nashville Predators. This is the last of 6 straight games at Climate Pledge Arena. Seattle heads to Southern California this weekend. The puck drops at 7 tonight, nationally televised on TNT. The third-ranked Gonzaga Bulldogs welcome Long Beach State to Spokane tonight. Gonzaga's closest victory so far this season is an 8-point win over Arizona State. They've been playing good. After tonight, the Zags head to the Bahamas for Thanksgiving weekend. They'll play West Virginia 1 week from today. The Wenatchee Wild take on the Kelowna Rockets tonight, 7 o'clock in Western Hockey League play. The Wild are coming off a big win over Kamloops on Saturday, a game in which goalie Daniel Hauser reached a milestone.
Crowd will come to its feet. Pankey has it, brings it behind the goal line. History in the Wolves' Den, 100 wins for Daniel Hauser in the Western Hockey League.
When he's healthy, he steals us games. There's no question about it. And he's in a position right now, and has been for weeks after coming back from that injury, where he's been able to steal us some games. He's been, even a couple of games where we lost, he's really been the star of our game, and done a great job to keep us in those games. So Daniel's going full tilt right now as he moves into triple digits here.
That was Austin. Of course, he was on yesterday's edition of this award-winning program. Austin tells me the Wild are starting to show a nice trend after getting off to a slow start.
We're off to a nice run here. One game over the weekend, another game in overtime, so real close to getting that overtime victory on Saturday night. So I think we're starting to see that climb happen for these guys. More consistency on the ice. I think on Saturday night, Dan Johnston, our assistant coach, was saying after the game, too many passengers, not enough, really not enough drivers taking the lead and taking charge in that game on Saturday. We saw a lot more of that on Sunday. I think we need to see that more consistently, and the results are going to follow. But we're seeing some good trends right now.
The Wild recently added a familiar face to the roster. You remember Lucas McCloskey? He played for the Wild a couple of years ago.
When he was here 17 years old, I remember he was a little nervous when we'd talk in interviews off the ice, and now he's 19 years old. He's 6'3". He's got a chance to catch up with him a little bit when he was back on the ice on Tuesday last week, back in town. Confident kid, going to Army after his junior career wraps up. So we knew the potential he had, and now we're glad he gets a chance to come back and showcase that upside with us and see how far he's come in 2 years since the last time we saw him.
You can listen to Austin call the game. It is 7 o'clock tonight in Kelowna on KPQ. The Wenatchee Panthers continue preparing for the state 4A volleyball tournament. It begins Friday in Yakima. Of course, they are the defending state 4A champions, and they start their defense against Kamiakin Friday morning at 9:45. Win or lose, the Panthers will take on either Eastlake or Olympia in the second round. It's a double elimination tournament, but if you lose even one match, you can't win the state championship. Eric's going to be down there at the Sun Dome providing live updates on our Facebook page, so if you can't make it, be sure to check it out. And we are out with our winter broadcast schedule, and it looks something like that. We'll get going on December 3rd in basketball. Eastmont hosts Central Valley. The girls' game will be streamed live. The boys to follow at 7. 2 days later, we'll be at Wenatchee High School. The Panthers hosting Brewster again in a doubleheader. Our first wrestling broadcast this year, Wednesday, December 11th. Moses Lake visits Eastmont. We're back with more hoops on Friday the 13th. Ooh. Doubleheader, Moses Lake at Wenatchee. Then we wrap up the year with the first of 3 meetings between the Wildcats and the Panthers. That one will be at Eastmont. If you go to our homepage, NCWLIFE.com, you can download the broadcast calendar so you know what our plans are. I don't even know what our plans are. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. At 24 minutes after the hour, it is National Absurdity Day to celebrate absurdity, just things that are absurd. People try to make a lot of sense out of a universe that may in fact be meaningless. And so this is the day to, turn absurdity into a movement. What does absurdity mean? I don't really know, but just basically you can throw out social customs and do whatever you want to do. Because, of course, being absurd is actually kind of good for you. It does. It lifts the soul. I do absurd things all the time, and it's a good way to relieve a little stress before the holidays come. So forget about your woes of the day. Bring people together and do just absurd stuff. It is National Absurdity Day because I saw it on the internet. Let's go to today in history at 25 minutes after the hour. That's the actual marriage certificate. November 20th, 1947, 77 years ago today, the Princess of Great Britain, Princess Elizabeth, would eventually become queen, marries Lieutenant Philip Mountbatten, who would become the Duke of Edinburgh at Westminster Abbey in London. That's the actual gift, the actual marriage certificate. He's 26 years old. He's a bachelor. She's 24, and she's a spinster. That's what it says. They don't use that term anymore. By the way, I got more fun facts about this wedding after you watch a little contemporary newsreel footage.
Riding in the Irish state coach, His Majesty the King and Her Royal Highness the Bride, for the Sovereign's escort of household cavalry, magnificent in full dress. A pageant of solemn majesty, yet full of the warmth of feeling which illuminated this great day. Side by side they appear, heading the procession down the nave, the bride and bridegroom.
Say what you will about the British, they do know how to pull that stuff off pretty good. I still can't believe she's listed as a spinster. I mean, you know, under the term condition, I mean, who cares anyway? They made a fruitcake for the wedding. It was made of, it was 4 tiers. It stood 9 feet high. It's a fruitcake. It weighed about 1/4 of a ton. It was made with 80 oranges, 660 eggs, 3 gallons of rum. The newlyweds got over 2,500 wedding presents. What do you get them? She's the princess. She's going to be queen. What do you get them? Oh, look, honey, it's a toaster. Oh, look, honey, it's a blanket. It's new sheets. Anyway, the princess, who would become queen, married Philip Mountbatten, who would become the duke 77 years ago today. I still can't get over that spinster thing. 55 years ago today, November 20th, 1969, Native Americans, specifically the Lakota Sioux, seized control of Alcatraz Island. Basically, it all went back to the Treaty of Fort Laramie as we roll footage. Fort Laramie, the treaty was drawn up in like 1855. It was between the United States federal government and the Lakota Sioux. And in the treaty, it said that all retired, abandoned, or out-of-use federal land would be returned to the Lakota Sioux, who once occupied the land. Well, Alcatraz, they closed the penitentiary in March of 1963. The island was formally declared surplus federal land in 1964, so 5 years later, a bunch of the Lakota Sioux said, well, according to the Treaty of Fort Laramie, we can move in. And they did. They took over Alcatraz Island. Looks like they had a good time. They moved in, and they stayed there until June 11th of 1971. The government for a while just left them alone, and then they realized the only way to get them off the island was to keep people from visiting them, bringing them supplies. So that came to an end. So they stayed, you know, for about 1.5 years until they said, Alcatraz maybe ain't such a... Who would willingly want to live on Alcatraz? That happened 55 years ago today. The greatest drummer in rock and roll history is Keith Moon. There he is, the great Keith Moon. And this is one of the legendary rock and roll stories involving Keith Moon. To the footage we go, November 20th, 1973, the Cow Palace. In San Francisco, it was the opening night of the Who's Quadrophenia Tour. Before the show, Keith Moon, who didn't do anything in moderation, drank a whole bunch of brandy and took a horse tranquilizer. Well, you take brandy and horse tranquilizer, and that is going to happen. During the middle of Won't Get Fooled Again, Keith Moon passes out on his drum kit. He's gone. I mean, he's out of there. Well, the roadies came, as you see. They carried Keith Moon backstage, threw him in the shower, gave him a shot of cortisone. The Who played 3 songs without a drummer. Then they realized, hey, you know, this really isn't going to work. After 30 minutes, Keith Moon got back on the stage and continued to play. They went in a magic bus, and then Keith passed out again. And so Keith said, anybody out there play drums? And here is 19-year-old Scott Halpin, who was right there, right by the stage. Scott Halpin's buddy says, hey, my buddy Scott, he can play the drums. So the promoter, Bill Graham, said, come on up. They gave him Keith Moon's drumsticks, and they said, let's play. Pete Townsend shook his hand. Okay, Scott, just follow me. And Scott Halpin would earn rock and roll immortality by playing the last 3 songs of the encore with Pete Townsend, John Entwistle, and Roger Daltrey of The Who, Scott Halpin making history. They just dragged him out. He only played 3 songs. He says, I don't know how these guys do it because we played 3 songs and I'm dead. Scott Halpin, the late Scott Halpin, by the way. After the show, they took him backstage. They let him hang around with the band. He had drinks and food. They gave him a tour jacket, which somebody took. That was on this date 51 years ago today in San Francisco. And finally, 7 years ago today, they tore down the Georgia Dome. Well, they tried to. As you can see, portions of it didn't quite implode. The Georgia Dome, the former home of the Falcons, among others, they tore it down, demolished it after just 25 years of use. That's about what we got out of the Kingdom, wasn't it? About 25 years. Just after 25 years, they said it's out of date. We're going to build a new stadium. The claim to fame of the Georgia Dome is it's the only stadium in the world to host the Olympics, the Super Bowl. It hosted a couple of Super Bowls, and a Final Four. It hosted a couple of those. But just after 25 years, they said it's out of date. We're going to build a new stadium. So they did. They built Mercedes-Benz Stadium right next door, which is pretty damn nice. Birthdays. We got some heavenly birthdays to get you going. Robert Francis Kennedy was born 99 years ago today. The 64th United States Attorney General, of course, assassinated in 1968 at the age of 42 when he was running for the presidency of the United States in Los Angeles. He was the senator from New York at the time. When he was killed, he left a widow, Ethel, who just passed away a couple of months ago, and 11 children. He was the father of 11 children after he was assassinated, including one child who was born after he died. Robert F. Kennedy, born 99 years ago today. The saga of Oliver Sipple is, in fact, a very sad one. He was a U.S. Marine, a Vietnam War veteran, decorated, served with honor, was left disabled by the war, lived off benefits from the VA. Oliver Sipple's claim to fame was on September 22nd, 1975. He was standing streetside right next to Sarah Jane Moore when Sarah Jane Moore fired a pistol at President Gerald Ford. Well, he tussled, he saw what was going on, he grabbed her arm, caused her to miss. If she had shot what she was aiming for, she would have hit Gerald Ford. Oliver Sipple became a household name. People said, this guy's a hero. He may have saved President Ford's life. Unfortunately, Oliver Sipple was gay, and his family and his parents did not know about it. He was outed by the local San Francisco gay community. Sipple sued several publishers for invasion of privacy. He never got anywhere on that. His parents were stunned to hear that their son was gay. They refused to talk to him. They basically took him out of his life. Oliver Sipple succumbed to alcoholism at the age of 47. An American hero and then an American tragedy. He was born in the state in 1941. So was Dr. John McRemenack, the good doctor. Gris Gris, a little New Orleans music for you. I love Dr. John's music. We all should. We lost a good doctor in 2019 at the age of 77. He's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, class of 2011. Listen to the music. That's all I got to tell you. The President of the United States is 82 years old today. Joseph Robinette Biden, 82, the oldest president in this country's history. Happy birthday to the President of the United States. We lost Duane Allman, of course, at the age of 24 in a tragic motorcycle accident, but he's still one of the greatest guitarists of all time. Just phenomenal fretwork. Duane Allman is just great. We miss him. You gotta wonder what he would have done if he had lived longer than the age of 24, but we still have the music. Duane Allman, born in the state in 1946, and Joe Walsh with the James Gang, the Eagles, his solo work. His Maserati does 185. He lost his license, now he can't drive, and Ringo Starr is his brother-in-law, Joe Walsh, 77. Rock on, Joe. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. They're the best. They're the very best. Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. We love you. They are a platinum sponsor. Going to take a break. Mike McDonough has got an opinion, and then we got Beth Stipe joining us from the Community Foundation, North Central Washington. We have a great idea to start out your Thanksgiving holiday on Thursday morning, 1 week from tomorrow. Spoiler alert, it involves exercise. Beth will join us when we come back. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
Welcome to Boswell's, where you'll find quality furnishings for every room in your home. Customers ask, do you have solid wood options? Yes, they do. Bamboo, maple, acacia, cherry, mahogany. With 2 floors of quality furniture and complimentary design services, Boswell's design team can create a home that's uniquely yours. For almost a century, people have chosen Boswell's for their quality and customer service. Boswell's Furniture, it's closer than you think.
So what am I looking at here?
That is what great power looks like.
Tell me more.
It's called hydropower. Hydropower uses water and gravity to generate electricity. Since the fuel for hydropower is water, it has 0 emissions and it's renewable. It also works when it's not sunny or windy. And it's the cheapest power we can make.
So it's clean, renewable, reliable, and affordable? And hydropower is all 4?
Only hydropower is all 4. And you can learn more about it at the Chelan PUD Discovery Center at Rocky Reach Dam.
Here's your coffee, that'll be $5.
Thanks.
Oh, it's only $5.
Oh, I like paying double.
Why?
I've always paid more.
You wouldn't pay double for coffee. So don't pay double on your heating bill. Cut your heating bills by up to half when you switch to a heat pump or ductless mini split and get cash back from Chelan PUD plus federal tax credits. Learn more at chelanpud.org/save.
Downtown Wenatchee, something for everyone. If you're craving Asian comfort food, Steam Panda on Wenatchee Avenue is the restaurant to enjoy quality food. House-made soup, dumplings, sushi, ramen noodles, and salads to pair with your favorite boba tea. Stop by Steam Panda today.
Watermill Winery Tasting Room has become a very popular downtown venue. Their wine club offers for spectacular value at affordable prices. Watermill, open daily across from the convention center.
Downtown Wenatchee, it's all here.
There's no place like home. Because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories. And we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, I believe there are a number of private and charter schools in our area. Actually, one of my grandkids goes to one. And I remember when this particular school and the others started, they did so without justifying the creation of their school by spreading false information and outright lies about the public school system and our current school board. I mean, why should they? People, you can start at school if you want to. Yeah, nobody's stopping you. So why should any local organization have to resort to mudslinging and the outright spreading of lies and disinformation to justify their doing so? Well, you know, this is why. It's a common fascist tactic. Yeah, that's the word, fascist. If you want like-minded people to support your project financially, you create a mutual enemy. Yep. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Hey there folks, Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to experience Blueberry Hills. Of course, the food is fabulous, like our cheese splints, our famous French dip, our legendary Eggs Benedict, and unforgettable burgers. But we're more than just great food. People come from all over the world to experience what's been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
invited to experience small town holidays in iconic Lake Chelan. From local shopping to Santa parades, a getaway visit to Lake Chelan is a great way to make this holiday season special. Learn more at smalltownholidays.com.
Pause for Pets is presented to you by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Merry Maids, the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center.
Hi, I'm Corley with Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, Animal Care Manager. And today I want you to meet Scout. Scout is our 2-year-old, if we had to guess, blue tick coonhound is what one of our staff members really thinks he is. And I think husky because of the shedding he's having right now. He's also got a really goofy, playful personality that reminds me of a lot of huskies we've had. Yes, he's just an absolute sweetheart. We have had Scout for about 3 weeks now. He was brought into us as a stray. Yeah. And we've been trying to find him a home ever since. He's been an absolute angel while he's been here. He's currently my favorite dog. Yeah, you are. He loves going for walks, and he just loves his people time. Yeah. He's good at some commands like sit, and he's learning down, and he can spin. Very treat motivated, very fast learner. You're very smart. He's not that loud. I've heard him bark a handful of times maybe, so that's a plus. He's pretty mellow when he's not being goofy playful. It's like a good mix. Yeah. And he doesn't jump on us, which is fantastic. So I think that he would be a great dog for a family. I think I would trust him around kids, personally. We don't know about cats because he was a stray, so there's no way for us to know that. But he's not very interested in chasing things, we've noticed, so could be okay. Hard to say. He doesn't seem to be very reactive to dogs here, so we think he could probably have a dog friend. But as usual, we always recommend that if you have a dog, you bring him with you to meet him. And like all of our dogs here that we have up for adoption, he comes neutered or spayed, microchipped, and he has all of his vaccines and dewormers and all that good stuff. He's clean bill of health from our vet. So if you'd like to come in and meet Scout, we would love to introduce you. We are open Thursday through Tuesday from 11:30 to 6, or you can make an appointment online for Wednesday. We'd love for you to come meet him. Yeah, we would.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org. Pause for Pets is presented to you by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Merry Maids, the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center.
Downtown Wenatchee, something for everyone.
Downtown is the heart of Wenatchee. Discover food and beverage spots, delightful shops, and countless services. For the latest on downtown arts, entertainment, and more, go to downtownwenatchee.org. The 108 is known for their amazing craft cocktails and happy hour from 4 to 6 p.m. Next to Walkabout Grill on Wenatchee Avenue.
Downtown Wenatchee, it's all here. When you've been in business for 40 years, it's because you understand change and you put members first, always. Now Works is announcing a change in their membership model. Up to 6 people on one membership that you can mix and match. The more people, the bigger the discounts. Introducing the Works shared membership model. One membership, friends and family and flexibility. Works, the cleanest, friendliest, most helpful gyms you and your friends will ever join.
Well, thanks to a quick Google search not 5 minutes ago, I discovered that the average American will eat about 3,000 calories worth of food just on Thanksgiving dinner. Now you throw in desserts and beverages and what have you. That could be upwards of 4,500 calories. Now I'm going to do my part on Thanksgiving Day, but I'm going to encourage you people to kind of get a head start on burning off all those calories and building up a nice big fat appetite by participating in the second annual Turkey Trot. Gobble, 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 all of it to benefit the Community Foundation, North Central Washington. Beth Stipe, our friend.
Hello.
The executive director. Hello.
Dan, thanks so much for giving us this beautiful day to come down and talk about the Turkey Trot.
Well, hopefully on Thursday the 28th, it'll be just as nice.
Absolutely. We're going to count on that. You're going to order that up for us, aren't you?
I am. You're going to have a perfect weather on Thanksgiving morning. You tried this for the first time last year.
We did.
It was like, let's throw the spaghetti against the wall and see if it's ready to go.
Absolutely.
Turns out it was ready to go.
It was insane. It was 1,300 runners and groups of families and kids, and it was a wonderful experience, and we're super glad to have it back. And we're super thankful to our sponsors who helped make that happen: Wenatchee Valley Medical Group, Kashmir Valley Bank, and Cordell Nair & Company, and also Crunch Pack and Cafe Mela, who's going to be here again to serve up hot coffee and hot cocoa this year. So that's exciting.
And the coolest part about this is that people dress up and have fun. Yes, it's a timed race, it's a competitive race, there will be prizes, but most of it is just people out having a goofy good time with their family on Thanksgiving morning.
I would say that's the majority. There are those really motivated people who I don't have any, understanding about how they do what they do, but they are here and they are here to do an amazing job. The vast majority of this is just for fun and a chance to be with community, chance to be with family, and be grateful for all the great things that we have in our community.
1,500 runners last year, participants. You must have raised a pretty good chunk of change.
Well, we keep the price really low so that we're able to make it available to everyone. And so we did raise, I think, $10,000, which is awesome. And what happens with that money is it goes into the Give to All pot for the Give NCW campaign, which is 86 nonprofit organizations throughout North Central Washington. They're all on the campaign, and we try to raise money for them. Every dollar that people give goes directly to the organizations that they choose.
So how much does it cost to register, and what do you get besides one of these?
It's $25 to register, which is a really low cost for a timed race. You get this beautiful beanie hat. You also get some coupons from our good friends at Pybus. When you come down on Wednesday night to pick up your packet and get your bib number, you can have a nice beverage with someone to kick off those holiday calories and just have a wonderful time to be part of the community. The other thing is this year's a little bit different. We will have late packet pickup on the day of the race, but no late registration. So if you want to run, you got to make a commitment by 8 o'clock the night before.
And I think most people, 8 o'clock the night before Thanksgiving, you're either in or you're not.
That's correct. Absolutely. Yeah. Nobody's going to get up on Thanksgiving Day and say, I think I might go run a 10K. Well, at least I wouldn't.
How many volunteers does it take to put this on, and do you need more?
We do need more, and you can find all this information out on our website, cfncw.org, and we have lots of volunteers. We have volunteers that come and help set up the course, take down the course, are part of the course during the run. We have Wenatchee Valley Medical Group has volunteers that are going to be at the aid stations to make sure everybody stays hydrated and safe, and then we're making sure that we have turnaround points are very clear for people. And we have a new spot for the kids race this year. So we're pretty excited about that.
Talk about that. They're just going to run around here?
They are. They're going to actually do some laps in this parking lot. So there'll be all eyeballs will be on the children, which will be great. And then we're going to have a staggered start this year. So the 10Kers, those really motivated people, we're going to let them hit the trail running. And then the 5K walkers and runners will come 15 minutes behind them. So we don't have hopefully a lot of overlap with people being in the way of each other.
Now, the Pybus Public Market is closed on Thanksgiving. It's one of only 2 days of the year that they're closed, Thanksgiving and Christmas. And that presented a bit of a logistical problem last year, but you have figured it out. So talk about that.
Well, we have to give a lot of thanks to Pybus Market. They are going to let us have packet pickup inside, which will be great. So instead of coming out here onto this platform and bunching up, and also with the racers getting ready to go, we're going to be able to have people walk in, grab their bib, and then walk out and get in line in their group wherever it is that they choose to run.
So kids are absolutely free.
Absolutely.
$25 for adults. Again, you have until Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving at 8 o'clock to get signed up. You're going to do all of this online, by the way, all of it online. You can pick up your packet Wednesday, or you can pick up your packet Thursday morning on the day of the race.
You're a quick learner.
I am a quick
you
learner.
are.
Am I? So there's going to be a tying competitive race, and there'll be first, second, and third?
Yes.
For those?
In age groups.
In age groups.
Yes.
And then the cool part, a costume contest.
Absolutely.
How does this work?
So we have a lot of people who come dressed for success. And so if you want to dress up I will be in the annual turkey outfit, but there are other folks that have come in pumpkin and turkeys and dressing up strollers and things like that. And there is a costume contest. And so the winner of the costume contest gets what we call a giving card, which is some money that's loaded onto a card that you can use on the Give NCW campaign to give to your favorite nonprofit.
Or to the
or
Give All.
nonprofits, or to give to all.
Or to give to all.
Absolutely.
You guys just raised and gave away close to $1 million, close to 7 figures for the folks up the Met Highway.
Yes, so
Talk about that.
Give Methow just concluded, and I think the final total was about $940,000 raised for the nonprofits in the Methow Valley, and we're hoping to be able to do the same thing for the rest of Chelan, Douglas, and Okanagan counties.
And this event is actually going to be the kickoff to the Give NCW campaign,
That's
which
correct.
has been going on for years, always over the holidays.
Yes.
Between Thanksgiving Day and New Year's Day.
Correct.
For the uninitiated, I know what's going on with Give NCW, but if you don't, Beth will tell you the details.
Yeah, so this is open to any grantee of the Community Foundation. So there'll be 86 different not-for-profit organizations throughout Chelan, Douglas, and Okanagan counties. And so it's really easy. It's a place where everyone can give. The minimum donation amount is $10. Every dollar that you donate to your favorite charity or nonprofit goes to them. We have donors that step up and take care of the credit card fees. So there's no money that comes off at the top. This truly is a way to support the not-for-profits that do so much throughout the year to make this place a great place to live.
And you can cherry pick any of the 80 nonprofits individually. Say these are ones I specifically want to give my money to, or if you just put it all into the Give NCW pot, they all get a little piece of profit.
That's correct. At the end of the campaign, whatever is in the Give to All pot of money gets split equally among all the organizations.
So the first 1,500 you said get the hat?
Oh, 750.
So you
Yes,
got to be Johnny on the spot.
you
'cause
do.
This is not a cheap hat,
It's
folks.
not.
This is a nice hat.
And we already have 500 people who have signed up to run. So if you think you want a hat, now's the time.
Again, Give NCW. Go to the NCW, the Community Foundation NCW website. It's all right there for the second annual Turkey Trot. You created a monster here, Beth, or somebody did. Whose idea was this?
Well, this was Denise Orm's idea to bring
Okay.
back the Turkey Trot, and she has done an amazing job, and our communications team of Gabriella Perkey and Jennifer Dolge really do a lot of the heavy lifting to make sure that this all happens.
And again, the most important thing is to have fun.
That's right.
That's the most important thing, and the costume contest is really kind of cool.
It's very fun. We had some great costumes last year. You can check those out on our website and maybe get some inspiration. But yeah, think creatively. You know, there's all sorts of fun ways to make running fun.
Absolutely. The Turkey Trot is back. It is Thanksgiving morning. The start and finish
9
line
o'clock.
is right outside of our door, as she already mentioned, for the serious competitive runners, and there's always a bunch of those. You'll have your bib. It'll be timed. It'll be professionally timed by a professional timing organization.
Correct.
So you'll get you right down to the 10th of a second. Prizes for first, second, and third in the 10K. Prizes in the 5K too, or just the 10K?
I think 5K as well.
Okay. Well, you wouldn't lie to me.
No.
Costume contest. It's only $25. You're gonna have $25 worth of fun. And again, as I mentioned at the start of this interview, you might as well build up an appetite before you start scarfing down all the food on Thanksgiving. Anything else while I have you here, Beth?
Nope. Come do good for yourself and do good for your community.
You like your job a lot, don't you?
It's pretty great.
Yeah, and this is a pretty cool, damn cool place to live. So
Well,
that helps.
and where else do I get to wear a turkey outfit?
That's true.
You know,
That's
what
true.
other jobs let you do that?
That's true. Beth Stipe, the Executive Director of the Community Foundation, North Central Washington. We will see you here on Thanksgiving morning.
See you here.
Yeah. Oh, you said 9 o'clock start. For those folks who, what time do they need to be here to check in if they didn't pick up their packet on Wednesday?
Oh, 8 o'clock is probably your best bet, so that you can make sure that you can get in line and get situated if you haven't picked it up. Again, packet pickup the night before in the Pybus concourse till 8 p.m.
Beth Stipe, so good to see you.
Good to see you.
I get to see you before the holidays are over, right? One more time?
Absolutely.
You got it. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
This is the time of year we celebrate family, traditions, and great food. At Abby's, our legendary pizzas are so giant that they feed up to 6 happy family members. When you need a break from cooking, think Abby's. Our place or your place. Our family is here for your family.
The Triple Topper's back!
This November, what makes Abby's Triple Topper so great? It's the pepperoni, Canadian bacon, and ground beef toppings piled to the edge. It's a whole lot of pizza at a very special price. Order your Triple Topper at abbys.com.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether.
We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Whether you're building from the ground together.
When you think of Doghouse Motorsports, you might think of motorcycles, but there's a lot more in this house. How about Honda power equipment? From snowblowers to lawnmowers to generators and even water pumps, Honda is the brand that sets the standards. Perhaps you need an ATV or UTV. The Doghouse has the largest selection anywhere. Did we mention watercraft and snowmobiles? And of course, we have motorcycles too. Back it up with terrific customer service and you have Wenatchee's best motorsports store 5 years running. Isn't it time for you to be in the Doghouse?
Couple of things to touch on before we send you on your way on this Wednesday. If you live in East Wenatchee and you live south of Grant Road, you already know about this. There's a huge power outage, a massive swath of East Wenatchee, basically Grant Road south all the way down to the Columbia River and almost all the way to Rock Island. No power. Over 1,400 customers don't got any juice and haven't had any juice for quite some time. We'll keep a close eye on that. But again, if you live there, you already know. But basically, Grant Road, everything south from the Columbia River all the way almost to Rock Island, there is no power. Douglas County PUD is working on that, as you might imagine. And we got this press release while we were playing the Beth Stipe interview. Mission Ridge is opening Saturday before Thanksgiving. They've been doing that a lot lately. I think it's the 12th time in the last 13 years that Mission Ridge has opened on or before the Thanksgiving holiday, so you can start hitting the slopes, folks. Slap on those skinny pair of fiberglass and throw yourself down the side of a mountain, and you can start doing that on Saturday. Chair 1 will be open, and Chair 2, that's the Wenatchee Express that takes you all the way to the top. All of the services will be open, so Mission Ridge opens Saturday. That's pretty quick. Good for you. Mission Ridge, nicely done there. Well, they got a lot of snow, I'm assuming, up at Mission Ridge. Pass has got a lot of snow. They had to close I-90 for a while yesterday because of a semi that jackknifed in the Cle Elum area. Everything has really calmed down quite a bit. We didn't get nearly as much snow as they were anticipating. Right outside of our studios, we only got about an inch of snow. I know other people in other locations and higher up, they got 4 or even 5 inches of snow. We only got a little bit down here, and it's already starting to melt. As a matter of fact, here is your forecast from the National Weather Service, and weather in a word, unsettled. The snow and the rain will be tapering off. Eventually, it will change over to just plain rain by late in the afternoon hours, so get ready for some significant snow melt. We'll top off at 38. Snow level tonight at about 2,200 feet. And below that rain, above that snow, but not a big chance of that. 32, roughly, for the overnight low, give or take a couple. A little bit of rain possible on Thursday, but the next big system is Thursday night. This is cyclone number 2. It rolls in Thursday night, and by about 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock Thursday night into Friday morning, it is going to start raining, and it's going to rain pretty good. They say we could get half an inch of rain starting about midnight Thursday night all the way through to Friday. We're going to get a lot of rain. Keep in mind, we got a half an inch of rain just yesterday before it switched over to snow. So look for a wet Thursday night and a wet Friday, but we dry out Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And that is it for us. Provided the show isn't canceled, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good Wednesday. Bye-bye.